Okay, what you're looking at here is a Notion database that is basically just one big database with all my prayer requests in it. Now, Notion is set up in a way where each of these rows is its own database entry, and so you can see inside there's different characteristics or data sets that I've added underneath it. So you have people. This is a certain kind of field where I can choose who the people are that this is involving. This is a date field where I've set up the date it was answered. This is when I began praying for it, which happens automatically the way that I've got it set up. And then if it's an ongoing prayer request, meaning it's one that I'm praying for regularly as a part of my normal prayer thing, then I tick this box and it shows up in this view over here, which I'll show you in just a moment. And that's the only place I'll see it. That's just so I can more easily find the things I'm ongoingly praying for. And then if it's an answered one, I record the answer right down here in the database entry where you can put all kinds of things down there. So that's the simplicity of that. Now here at the top, I can create different views of it. So this is answered prayers. Okay, and I do that with filters, which you can set up over here. Okay, right here it pops down the filters that I've set. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of those for a moment. These are my current prayer requests, which means things people have asked me to pray about that have to do with situations, circumstances that I've been asked to pray about or that I want to pray about. This ongoing are ones that I pray for regularly, just myself, out of my own desire, family, friends, situations that are on my heart that are ongoing. This is one that I can filter by person, so I can come over here and change the person field to be just my wife or just my daughter or something like that, and it'll show all the requests having to do with that person, okay, if that makes sense. All right, and then this is one that's filtered to 2023 only, okay, because at the end of the year I like to go back and review. And then this is the full database. All right, you can set up different views to filter however you want them to filter. Okay, and what I'm doing is using an interval timer that I have on my phone. I will put that on the screen now. And if you're not familiar with an interval timer just has a lot of different timers, one after another, that are in a sequence or intervals. Okay, I have a 1 minute interval I call seek, which is when I'm praying about what is the next thing I should pray about, and I'm looking through my list and just letting the Spirit guide me to what's the next thing I should be praying about. Sometimes this will mean bouncing back and forth between my current and ongoing lists mainly. Those are my two that I typically pray from the most. These others are just for review or for reference. And then the other interval is the actual prayer interval. I believe it's a 3.5 minute prayer interval. So when I choose one of these to pray for, I'll pray for 3.5 minutes, and I do that by typing, which I'm going to show you here in just a moment. As you can see, my seek time is about done. So I'm going to go here in my ongoing, and I'm going to choose, let's say my mom. All right. So, all right, here I've got little toggles for me to put the date that I actually said the prayer. I open up the toggle, and then inside is where I type. So just watch what I do here. Okay, so you see the interval timer there beeped and warned me basically that my time was almost over. So I close this out, and then what I do is I just drag that one to the very bottom. Tells me I've just prayed for it. And then I begin praying about the next one that I should be praying for. I hope this makes sense. This is just the way that I do it. And my interval timers are set up so that I believe I'm praying for an hour and a half at a time. You can set that as long as you want. Interval timers you should be able to get from the App Store for free, whichever you use, Android or Apple. Notion is a free account that you could use. That's it. That's basically what I'm doing. So appreciate your interest.